Hi, it's Awkward from Oneness. Freedom to be happy and healthy, wealthy and healed movement. And you are listening to a training series on the Awakened Imagination Challenge. Today we're going to write a few comments, not because writing them out will change your life, but in order to write them out you have to somewhat enter into the state of that person. So we have talked about identity, and we'll talk about how identity leads to activity. And we've also talked about how the I am states gets you into correlation versus cause. We're going to tie it up a little bit differently today, states and shifts, and look at 3 ways to write these out. Let me try these on you. I am a millionaire, and I can see that I have done what millionaires do. I am healthy, and I can see that I have been doing what healthy people do. I am a loving husband or wife, and I can see that I am doing what loving husbands or wives do. Now, there are a few different things about the way these statements have been written out. They are not affirmations, as they are not forcing change via auditory means, which is a rough way to go. I am not saying affirmations never work, but if they do, it means a person has entered into the state desired and is giving a rapport on that. We will deal with this subject later on in the course. What I want you to do is notice the phraseology used, I can see. Can is a permissive verb. Can is a permission word. Can and the Spanish word for can, which is piud, are basically about giving permission. Using the words can see, I am giving myself permission to do what millionaires do. See yourself having done what millionaires do. And also I can see that I have been doing what healthy people do, and I'm doing what loving husbands or wives do. These kinds of words are designed to make it past present, not in the future, but in the past and literally bleeding into the present. I can see I have done what millionaires do. Actions such as taking courses like this one, and working on their mindset and studying the financial markets and conditions, and hiring people to take care of and manage their wealth. I can see I have been doing what healthy people do. Actions such as reading about health, eating healthy food, and focusing on wellness, not on avoiding sickness. Anytime you think about avoiding anything, it makes what you are avoiding the center of focus. Example: avoiding drinking too much. The person will be thinking of drinking too much and about drinking way too much. Can be a couple of different things here. I can see I am doing what loving husbands or wives do. I am giving myself permission to see that I am doing what they do, and I can see myself doing even more than that. This will activate a state and shift in you. So, as you explore that, notice how this starts to activate a state within you and a shift within you as well. It is not the words, not the affirmations, not the statements. A statement follows a condition. For example, if someone knocked on the door and I say, someone knocked on the door, hold on, that is a statement or a report, letting you know what is happening, whereas these 3 statements above are about your identity and activity. I am a millionaire and can see I have done what millionaires do. If you are not yet a millionaire, this does not feel okay to write out. Just substitute the word wealthy for millionaire. Think of this though. The poorest people in the world today are living better than royalty did 300 years ago. So if you can pull that off, millionaire, you can speed things up greatly. We have already talked about creativity and investing, and I am healthy and I can see I have been doing what healthy people do. So the word can is a permissive verb, and these verbs do something very interesting inside the mind, and that is why I want you to play with this today. You don't have to understand how or why this works. Do you have to understand why all this works? I have people who buy my courses who tell me that they have to understand why it works before they can do it. This leads them to become very frustrated, because if you had to understand how everything works before you can do it, You couldn't do a lot of things like drive a car or even take a walk if you had to understand or thinking that you have to the complexity of, say, how the foot and the ankle operated before you were able to walk it would be impossible. Your intention is to walk, not to understand the mechanics of the action executed by the different systems of the human body, many of them outside of your awareness. So give yourself permission to see that you have done and have been doing and are doing the type of activity that your kind of person does. Today's action steps. I'm going to be a little vague on the action steps for today's exercise, but write out 3 things that you as a person, ideal person, does. Ponder them for a little, but here's some examples. If it involves reading, feel your fingers turning over the pages as if you are reading a book. Move fingers like you are doing the activity and see the light reflected on the paper in your imagination act. Feel yourself picking up your clothing if you are being a good husband or treating your neighbor's dog kindly, because how you treat this dog is probably similar to how you would treat your spouse if you want one and haven't yet found one, or probably how you treat your current spouse. Have some fun with this day's hand shifts. Okay, that's it for now. See you tomorrow, and as always, remember to have fun.